Hey, you're watching Gabriel Alexander Review, your source for honest, low production value reviews. Okay, this is the second time I'm reviewing this bag here. This is the North Face Borealis, the current revision of it. All right, so I reviewed this bag a while ago, and after spending a lot of time with it and having some thoughts and experiences, I decided, I can make a much better video now, having lived with it for a while. So, if you're thinking about getting this backpack, you might also be thinking about getting the Patagonia Refugio series, one that also has these, or maybe the Osprey Quasar, or maybe the Fjallraven School, and there's probably some others too, that have this feature here, the bungees. Now, something I'll say about this backpack compared to many other backpacks, including previous revisions of this backpack, other versions of this same backpack, is that it has one standout feature that is a very defining feature of it that no other backpack, including other revisions of this, has, that makes it kind of easy to overlook some of its flaws and quirks, including being sort of decontented in other ways when compared to previous versions of the Borealis, okay? And that feature is this here, the bungee system. You might be thinking, yeah, you were just telling me there are a bunch of other bags that have the bungee system. But the thing that this has that those bags don't have is this. See? In two places, these things open and close like French doors, making it easy to load your stuff into your backpack. So you can put your towels there, your bike helmet, your dirty gym clothes, all sorts of stuff. Pretty cool. Now, some of this backpack's flaws, I think, are due to that feature. And I think some of them are not. And in fact, I think some of these flaws are things you'll also find in other North Face backpacks, including its sort of sibling, the Recon. Okay, so as far as specs go, I believe this is a 28-liter backpack, so kind of on the verge between medium and large. Okay, so pretty good size. And I got this one originally thinking I was going to use it for bicycling. Safety orange, which happened to be the color that was heavily discounted on sale. But I have actually come to use this one more as a gym bag, almost like a duffel bag alternative. When I go to the gym, go to the pool myself, or take my kids with me, bring this along. I can also see it though being useful for outdoorsy stuff, and I would say probably being useful for a student for campus, although I have some reservations for any use. So let's take a look at the organization of the backpack, and I think before we do this, let's get into first what some of my big complaints with the backpack are. So the first thing that I've come to realize more than anything else is that once you start loading it up, especially if you load it up kind of medium-ish, it loads up very strange. Really gets this kind of peanut thing going, this sort of hourglass thing going, where it's big on top, big on bottom, kind of a waist. And there are a few things about the design that cause that. And it's kind of a strange phenomenon. The other big complaint I have is that it's a very untidy bag. It's a real octopus bag. However, I've seen reviews of this bag that mention the lack of strap keepers. In fact, I think the previous review I did of this, I mentioned the lack of strap keepers. Not technically correct. There is one set of strap keepers here on the bottom here where these compression straps are, that at least can make this part be a little tighter if you need it to. You can, make those not hang, but you still have all this stuff hanging, including bungees here. Also, water bottle holders. You got two of them, and I don't like them. they've got bungees over them, and it's this weird thing. There's not really a bottom to them. Getting a water bottle in and out of it when you want to is a little harder than it needs to be, yet I'm not all that confident that the water bottle is going to stay in place, even though it's got these bungees and things over it, because the bungees kind of move around. There's not really a bottom. This doesn't reach the bottom, and it seems like it could just pop right out. Okay, so looking at the outside, good quality hardware. We got these zippers here. They don't have flaps over them to protect the water, but apparently they have some sort of reverse track design or something that's good at keeping water out. They are YKK zippers, which are like the caviar of zippers in various sizes. And the larger sections have these pulley things on them, like you would find on an Osprey backpack. I think those have the same design. Okay, so what can I put in here? How can I organize it? Let's start in the very front. Okay? So like a lot of backpacks, you've got this fleece-lined deal here that's intended for sunglasses and stuff like that. Weird thing about it, there's not that much room below the zipper. There's quite a bit of room above the zipper in this strange place, so I just put some toothpaste in there. So there's that. Now let's open up this section here. The admin section, as they call it, okay? So this flap here doesn't have any organization and stuff to it. This section does. So right now, got some masks and stuff there, got a lanyard there, some bike lights and things, and you might be saying, hey, I can't see the bottom of it. Got a bike lock there. And here's the thing, there isn't really a bottom of it to see. It ends, see how far my hand can go down? It ends there. That's part of why this pack's so strange. And this is the same of many North Face bags. This compartment doesn't go down all the way. It ends right here. And I don't know what the advantage or the thinking of that is, because it would load up in a lot more flat sort of way if this pocket were deeper. Okay? It's not very deep. You got the zipper here. It's kind of floppy behind the zipper in this compartment here, where, you know, I got some contact lens solution and lanyard I talked about, whatnot. Okay. We'll put these back in here. In this zippered section here, I also have this soap here, so that's why you might notice a big blocky bulge there. And you might be thinking, well, I'm not going to be carrying around a soap in a box in my backpack, but you might be carrying around a power charger brick that is every bit as boxy as this. So you just got to keep that in mind about how this thing deals with boxy stuff. Okay, so this section here, thing about it is it protrudes both forward and into the interior of the bag. So sometimes it's a little bit hard stuffing this bag to its capacity. So I can get my swim clothes and my son's swim clothes in here, but then add my daughter's swim clothes to the mix. It becomes sort of a chore. So right now, I've packed it up just as I would for just going to the gym myself. So I've got a towel up here. Okay, so this is the main compartment, by the way. This goes all the way down to the bottom. This opens this far, like it opens up down to where the water bottle is, and you can't really see it. But then at the very bottom, below this bulge, this is where I have my gym clothes. You don't need to see exactly what they are, but you know, it's t-shirt, it's some warm-up pants, and a track jacket. And what happens is if you load those up in the bottom, they just kind of form a flat deal at the bottom, and then you have this kind of awkward section here where you put your towels. do it the opposite way, you have the opposite thing. Your towel kind of does its thing at the bottom, and then you got your clothes on top. Either way, not ideal. However, the thing you got to remember is that then when you are done with your workout, because you have this bungee situation here, and it's so easy to operate, open and close, cinch it tight or loose here, that you can stuff your dirty stuff into here. Okay, we'll also, I've got this all compressed now, we'll loosen it up later. And so, also bringing up the thing about compressing a bag is supposed to make it be tidier and how it carries and stuff, and I don't think that happens with this bag. I think if you compress it more, it just exaggerates the whole peanut effect that's going on here. Also, you got your laptop compartment here. It has a false bottom, but not that much of a false bottom. The capacity of it's probably about 16 inches, maybe 15 inches. Probably 15, I don't know. This is a very old 13-inch MacBook Pro. Has more than enough room. Keep in mind, MacBooks tend to be smaller for their size than other computers, especially a newer one. So like a 14-inch is about the size of a regular 13-inch, a 16-inch is about the size of a 15-inch, and so on. So if you've got a compartment that says it'll fit a 15-inch laptop, it's probably going to fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro. All right. Okay, let's look at the back. Harness system. By the way, handle. Good handle. It's attached, reinforced here, here. Very good. Okay. Harness system. Very comfortable harness system. You got a sternum strap here, and you have a waist belt here. The waist belt and sternum straps, especially the waist belt, help contribute to this whole octopus thing going on with the other straps. There does seem to be kind of a weak link here, although it's probably good for comfort. The straps are attached with this sort of flimsy little piece of stuff here, this little piece of fabric extending it there. And that seems like a place where it could tear. However, these have a lifetime warranty. Some previous versions of this bag have a lot of attachment points for hanging stuff. This one doesn't really. It's got, you could clip some things onto here if you wanted. Onto here. I think there's one here you could attach stuff to. You could attach stuff there. But these don't feel real heavy duty, so I don't think you'd want to attach anything super heavy to them. There is a whistle right here. Pretty cool. This, by the way, very padded and comfortable. Keeps the back stiff, so even if the front is sloppy, the back side is pretty upright. This will often stand up flat on its own if it's loaded a lot at the bottom. However, if it's loaded a lot at the bottom, it's also going to have this peanut effect. And if it's not loaded as much in the bottom, this is particularly packed up, it can be kind of top heavy and maybe tip forward that way. See, on the bottom here, we got the compression straps. This is the one place you do have strap keepers. This is another place where you can carry stuff, so when I end up taking my whole family to the gym, I end up using this to carry some more towels when I already have this part loaded up, so I just have this whole sloppy situation of stuff everywhere. It works. Well, let's loosen up the compression straps a little bit here, and the bungees and stuff. See what this thing looks like when it's looser. Okay, loosen this up, loosen these up. Okay, now this whole section's looser. We'll loosen up these bungees by the water bottle and the other water bottle pouch that doesn't have a water bottle in it right now. Another place here where you could attach something. Is there one on the other side? Yes, there is. There is one on the other side. There is, by the way, no bike light attachment on the back here, which previous versions had. However, you could kind of jerry-rig something with these bungees. In fact, I think I did. I think I made it work, if I remember right. Okay, so I got that here. Let me see, I better loosen up these compression straps on the bottom too, so we'll just see how it is if you don't compress it all down, because if you are going to the gym and whatnot, you might just leave it loose, because why not? Okay. That out. Okay, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Yeah, you can. Okay. All right, we will loosen these up. And these do not snap open and closed either, like some compression straps do. Okay, now those are loose. This is loose. Let's just do that. Okay. So now these are floppy, but you see when it's not all compressed in, the whole peanut thing is not as pronounced. So, in a way, it's kind of tidier when it's not all cinched together. Although it might be more comfortable on your back for long hike, long bike ride, walk across campus, whatever. So, you know, it's good that you can compress it all down. So, as you can see, there's some stuff about this backpack that's really cool. And the quality of it seems to be very good. I mean, the only concern I have at all is this, but there is a lifetime warranty. North Face stands by their products. So, is this a good backpack for you? Do you want this backpack? If you are into bungees, I think this bungee system here is the best of any backpack in this class, because it has this feature to it. And that's just so cool. And so this is a good bag for taking to the gym. Reasonably good bag for a bike ride, although the lack of a blinky deal, light attachment, and the octopus nature of the straps, not real ideal for bikes. Probably good for a student because it's so supportive, and you know, if you're a student, all those heavy textbooks and you got your laptop and everything, it is so heavy. You want something with a good system here. So it's got that. So I would say probably good for students, although I have not tried loading this up with books and flat things myself to see how it does. I would say that your capacity might be limited a bit by this front pouch. So if you are a student, probably don't want to overload this pouch here. Also, organization is a little lackluster. You've got this organized section here, but some backpacks, you know, the laptop section, I like that it's separate from the main compartment, but plenty of the competitors have these document sleeves and additional things within the laptop section that this one does not have. And there's also no organization in the main compartment, which is something that would be useful in my use as kind of a gym bag thing. So there are definitely some ways that they could improve the backpack. I mean, you could make this into a great backpack, I think, if you had this compartment go down all the way. If you had this sunglasses pouch, maybe have a zipper up here rather than down here, so much of its capacity was not above the zipper, which is weird. I think you could also, you could improve it, of course, with more internal organization in all the compartments. You could improve it by fixing up these water bottle holders somehow to, to just hold it better and be easier to access. Could also improve it with some additional attachment points, things where you could hook stuff onto it. Bike light attachment would be a good improvement. So And you can see there are a few just little things that you could do to make this good backpack into a great backpack. Also say branding, North Face branding is pretty in your face and obnoxious. It's very much like a Nike swoosh or something. Big ugly logo front and center. Also says Borealis on the bottom. This would say is probably not a good backpack for a professional. So there are a lot of situations where you might use a backpack as kind of a briefcase alternative, and I don't think this would be a good backpack for that. So if you're going to meet clients and you've got documents and whatnot, I don't think that this, with its bungees and all its hangy-downy stripes and stuff, really says professional. I mean, you're already kind of pushing it by using a backpack. Certain parts of the country, Pacific Northwest where I am, where we're a little more casual, you might be able to get away with this, but this is probably one of the more casual places on Earth. So, there you have it. I would give this backpack probably an A-, because it's been working really well for what I've been doing with it. It is obviously very good quality, company that stands by its product, and since this color was marked down on sale so much, it was a great value. But it's not good at what it's not good at. So, it's an imperfect backpack, but recommended if you understand the pros and cons of this backpack. All right, there we have it. Rock and roll.